Okay, so we are all connected now. I went ahead and cut the top of the pipe off that was sticking out of the ground, put a clean out down, and now we're only about 10 feet from the side of the RV, which is absolutely perfect. So that is really cool. So now we can simply have this opened up if I want to use a shower in there, or I want to use a bathroom, whatever, and we can keep all of our water flowing into the septic. Really cool. So glad this is done. So I have a clean out here, and then one in the barn as well. What's going on, guys? So in front of me, you are looking at our brand new 2024 Forest River Surveyor Legend. This is the 240 BHLE. This is a collaboration unit, basically working with the folks over at Forest River who sold me this unit at an insanely good price so I could bring content to you all. But mainly it was so I could show you guys a half-ton towable travel trailer and how we use it and what we can do with it. That said, we're going to do our first kind of relatively significant upgrade on this RV. And it's going to be to replace this factory door latch that came with it. Now, this is pretty much the same type of door latch you're going to get on just about any RV you buy. The difference here is that it's going through a glass door. That's right. So this is a glass tinted door, and we're going to have to make sure we're very careful because this, of course, is going to be a lot more temperamental in terms of tightening things down than this type of sidewall material is. The inside is pretty much the same. These things are super, super easy to take apart and to take out, which is really nice. You're basically just going to unscrew the 4 Phillips head here, and the whole thing should fall out. And then we might have to replace this piece here, but maybe not. But we're going to replace it with a manufacturer that you probably haven't heard of that make these push-button style locks. So let's go to that real quick. So on our previous RVs and even on our current Brookstone, we use the RV Lock brand electric lock, and on this one we've decided to go a different route, mainly because my channel sponsor carries this one. This is the Global brand. Now this is a Bluetooth lock as well, so it's a smart lock with keypad, but it's also controllable through Bluetooth, and we'll take a closer look at that when we get there. But this is what it looks like. Before we unbox it, I figured I'd read some of the key points down here. Secure encrypted connection, industry-leading connectivity range, revolutionary deadbolt system, key to like, full-size handle for easier grip. I do like that. I like that style of handle a little better. Easy installation, interior safety release for emergency exit. Okay, so we have it laid out, unboxed in front of us. Very, very heavy-duty, significant feeling handle right here. This is actually steel. It's not plastic. So you have this battery here. This looks like your typical, I want to say this right, yeah, it's a CRE or CR123A 3-volt battery. Okay, so that was uneventful. Again, you just took the 4 bolts out here and then the 2 on the end and the plate comes off, as well as the whole assembly. Got to feed the wire through. It fits perfectly. I know it fits in there, and it's got a nice thick gasket going all the way around it as well. So that's going to hug the glass. Again, just trying to feed that wire through. I'm going to put my 2 screws in here at the end, right on that plate. Now I'm going to take the inside assembly right here, make sure it's the correct way up. I'm going to attach the plug. Okay. Now I'm going to simply attach the handle like that. So if you don't have this with its groove aligned to the metal stud that sticks in from the outside portion, you won't be able to slip this on. All right. And I think I need to push that in before I do this as well. So let me pull this back out like that. There we go. Now, there we go. So you want to make sure that this handle is actually in when you assemble this. There we go. Let's put some batteries in it and get this thing tested. Positive on top, negative on bottom. There we go. Have everything installed. It's very smooth, extremely smooth action. And on the outside, also very smooth. And I love this grab handle style versus the kind that you have to flip out. A little bit of tape residue right here because I had a little bit of clear tape on here whenever it came, but I'll clean that off. So before we test the lock, let's go ahead and close it and open it. Very nice. Let's also check it out from the inside. I love how robust this handle feels. There's no flex to it. Very nice. And then the handle. Very, very easy to use. The material's incredibly, incredibly robust. Very, very, very smooth. Love it. That's a good setup. Now let's go ahead and work on the code and see how that works. Okay, so to lock the door, it says press any key to wake it up. I can see the lights come on, also very nice. Press and hold the 1-2 key and the 3-4 key at the same time. And we are locked. Now I'm going to enter the pin in. So to add a pin or to change the pin, you're going to press the 9-0 key right here for 3 seconds until it beeps twice. Okay, and then you're going to add the default pin. It'll beep twice, and then you're going to enter the new pin in. And then you'll get 3 varied beeping tones that indicate that the new pin was entered incorrectly. Now we're going to press it one more time. And then it's saved. So that's it. That's all you got to do. Okay, so to go unlock it, you're going to press these 2 buttons down together. And now it is locked. And what I kind of like about this versus some of the others is the deadbolt itself is part of the main latch. So it's not actually having to slide a deadbolt in and out. It's simply locking it from behind here. So it's less moving parts and less draw on the battery, I'm guessing. Okay, so to get it working on your phone, you're going to want to download the Global Link Connect app. Once you've downloaded that app on your phone, you will read a whole list of instructions on what to do, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You'll hit the next. It'll then search for your specific lock. It'll appear, you select it, you put the pin in that is on the sticker that comes with your lock, and it's the factory pin. Or you can put the user pin in if you've replaced or redone the factory pin, basically if you've created your own. And it will find your RV, connect to it, and then you'll have this little icon right here. And I can press that icon. You probably heard the lock unlock. And I can press it to lock. Very, very nice. Super easy to use, and it just gives me that much more control of locking or unlocking the RV with my key, the keypad, or the Bluetooth app. Really like that. You know, one thing I noticed, and probably the reason why this aftermarket one fits so well, is because I just found out they're both made by the same company. So the OEM door lock that came on this door, or that they put on this door, is also a global product. So replacing it with this one kind of makes sense. Okay, so let's wrap things up and talk about what I like about it and what I don't like about it. And I'm going to try to make this pretty comprehensive. So what I like is the ease to install. Very, very, very easy to install, even on glass doors. I didn't have any problem at all, as long as you fish the wire through and you don't assume that it's fishing through and you try to close it on, because I did that at first and it wasn't fitting in, and then I realized the wire had kind of wrapped back around. So you want to push the wire through. Overall installation time, 5 minutes. Super easy, level 1 installation. I think almost anybody could probably tackle this installation as long as you have a Phillips head screwdriver. All right, what I don't like is you have to wake the keypad up by pressing a button to turn the lights on before you can actually input a code. I don't think it's a huge problem. It's just something you have to remember to do, because if you walk right up to it and try to input your code, it's not going to work, and you'll have to press another button to clear it out. What I mean is, if it's a 4-digit code, you press the 4 digits, including the one that wakes the keypad up. You've really only pressed 3. Then you have to press a 4th one, so it essentially errors out. Then you put your actual code in and you can unlock it. I don't really care for that. I think it would have been nice if they just put a button here somewhere else where you press the button and it lights up the keypad so you can just put your code straight in. I know it's the same number of clicks, but at least it's not on the actual keypad that you're pressing, if that makes sense. Now, the other thing that I really like about this is the fact that it's super easy to work with Bluetooth. The pairing process was so intuitive. There's a lot of things that we buy that they say it's Bluetooth compatible. I bought a speaker that was Bluetooth compatible, and it probably took me 20 minutes to get the dang thing working. This one was super easy, went through the app in no time, and I was actually surprised that I was already to the screen I needed to get to start locking and unlocking the trailer. So I like that. The other thing I really like about it that's nice is just how robust it is. Now, it's made out of steel, so that's really nice. It's strong, it doesn't feel weak, it doesn't feel flimsy like some of the plastic ones do. Now I have the factory door latch here, which is also steel, so I'm impressed by that as well. So this is steel, this is steel. It doesn't feel cheap and flimsy whenever you go to close it. And I know a lot of the aftermarket electric door locks that people put on their RVs have this piece right here made out of plastic, and it feels like it's always about to fail. I don't personally think I've seen one that's actually failed, but when you pull on the handle right here to close your door, you can feel it bend. And it's just a scenario or a feeling that I think a lot of people are like, why didn't they just make it out of steel? So this one's made out of steel. The replacement up here is made out of steel, and it feels very solid whenever you're closing it. I also really like the fact that it has this type of a handle over this type of a handle. So this handle, you put your hand in sideways and you release like this. This handle, you reach your hand around top, and, well, it's locked at the moment, and you pull to open. And then on the inside, you have that little release lever right there, which is actually a very, very solid release handle. That's really nice. It feels really good there as well. And then you have your locking feature right here. So another feature that this one has is that it integrates the latch and the deadbolt into one unit. So this is your latch, and it's also your deadbolt. Watch, so if I'm pressing on it right here, you see it going in and out. But if I lock it, it doesn't move anymore. So it's your deadbolt and latch all in one, which is kind of cool. It's fewer parts, and you see the space right here, which if you look at the factory lock, you have the deadbolt below. So again, this kind of incorporates both the deadbolt and the traditional latch into one unit, which is pretty cool. Don't know if it's like a huge advantage, but it's certainly a nice feature to have because it's less moving parts. Because when you typically see your normal electric door locks, it has to move this whole deadbolt in and out. And I believe it just probably adds more wear and tear to the motor as well as the battery. It probably drains the battery quicker as well. But overall, super easy to install. Really like it. I love the fact that there are alternative products and you just don't have to pick one. Works really well, very easy to use, easy to install, and easy to set up for Bluetooth connectivity. And it's just an all-around great product. Folks over at eTrailer carry it. Want to give them a big shout out for sponsoring and supporting the channel. I'll put a link in the description to this product if this is something you may be interested in. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.